Welcome in, Divine Feminines. Welcome in, Collective. Welcome in, my subscribers. Welcome back to the Divine Feminine Check-In. Divine Masculines, you guys are always welcome. So come on in so you can see what's going on with your Divine Feminine. Maybe this will be helpful for you. Just some information. If you guys are in separation that you might need to know. If you want to be supportive in any way of your Divine Feminine. Divine Feminines, I'm going to do your past, present, and future energy message this week. So let's just see how you guys are doing. I'm also going to pull some unspoken truths. I'm going to give you guys also some messages from your soul echo and truth oracle. Actually, let's pull that first for you, Divine Feminine. What's your overall energy from your Akashic records, from your soul's echo? What's the overall energy for my Divine Feminines? Path forging. You're being called to create a new path where none seems to exist. The old roads no longer lead you where you must go. Trust your steps even when unsure. Can I tell you, Divine Feminines, this first oracle is something that I can relate to at this very moment. So it's incredible that it is the first energy that's out here for the Divine Feminine. So maybe you guys are going through something similar as me. I'm at this place in life where I understand my path. I understand where I'm supposed to be going, but I feel like I'm caught between worlds of where I am now and where I want to be. And when you are emotionally attached to where you are now, it is so difficult to make different choices, right? Let go of what's familiar. But I know that Spirit is trying to encourage us to walk the path least known and to trust it and have faith in it. And while I feel like most of us are beginning that journey, I don't think we're truly fully in it yet. Some of you guys may be, which that's amazing. But I feel like most of us are still in the beginning stages and still trying to find our footing and still asking for guidance. So that is the first energy for us, Divine Feminine. So what's our truth? What's our truth oracle at this time for my Divine Feminines? What's our truth for the Divine Feminine Collective at this time, Spirit? What's our truth? What's our most important truth? Bravery. Spirit's asking us to be brave, be courageous, take a leap of faith, take more charge of our lives. You're being asked to make a tough decision that you've been putting off because of fear, which is understandable. Confirmation, Divine Feminine. This is our energy right now. And like I said, I can relate to you. But you do have the strength and bravery to make this decision. And you will feel so much lighter when you do. So I feel like a lot of us have a pretty heavy decision, tough decision. It's definitely not something to be taken lightly. It is going to cause a major change, a major shift in your current existence, in your current 3D existence. But there's definitely that feeling of being torn. A lot of you guys right now are just trying to take me time. Like I said, I'm right there with you, Divine Feminines. So let's see. What happened in the past that's led you up to this point, Divine Feminine? Past energy for my Divine Feminines, please, Spirit. 2 more, please. Celebrate silent and healing in the reverse. So in the past, Divine Feminine, your energy in the past. I have celebration, which is about Three of Cups energy, right? It is about getting together with friends, people you love. It is about celebrating accomplishments. I have healing, but it flipped out in the reverse. So in your past energy, Divine Feminine, you were still not in a healed place. You were not in the current energy you are now. There were still healing, trauma. There were still things that you hadn't figured out yet. Silent. So I feel like in the past, Divine Feminine, what I'm getting from this 3-card spread here, the energy that I feel is in the past, you went through this time of distraction. So I feel like you definitely had seasons of accomplishment, Divine Feminine. You definitely went through seasons where you accomplished things, whether that was in career, mostly career is what I'm feeling. Because I feel like you still struggled in matters of the heart in the past, dealing with relationships, trying to find that partner that could support you 100%, that was on the same page with you, that was not envious or jealous of you, that was not trying to slander you and break your heart over and over and over again, right? So you were not healed, but you celebrated in order to. Mercury retrograde is still in effect, isn't it? Your healing had not begun, so you used celebration to silence your pain. You used celebration, hanging out with friends, keeping busy, right? To distract you from the hurt that you were feeling. But it seems like even as you celebrated, your hurt and your pain became louder. At first, it was quiet. At first, it was very quiet. It was like when you hold a seashell up to your ear, and you know how you hear the sound in the very distance in the seashell. That's how quiet, yeah, your trauma and your pain was. It was there, but you were able to keep it at bay. You were able to cover it up again with keeping yourself distracted. But I feel like at some point it became very loud. Okay. Current energy. Current energy for my Divine Feminines. The present moment. Give me 3, please, Spirit. The present. One more, please, for the present. Okay. The bottom of the deck. Aloof. This is the energy that most of you guys are in right now as you are seeing this message. This is how you're hanging out over the weekend. You're taking a moment, I feel, to just be with yourself. So in the present moment, we have free will, avoidance, and past lives. So right now, I feel like you are avoiding people from your past with this Mercury retrograde. I feel like you probably have people from your past who have already tried to reach out to you, communicate with you. But I feel like Divine Feminine in this energy right now, you are all about self. You realize that you have freed yourself from a lot of past trauma. I feel like you have actually done or are still in the middle of your healing work, right? You realize that your healing in the past was upside down. You were not dealing with the true trauma of your heart, the trauma that kept you mentally unstable or emotionally unstable, and you started to pay attention. And now in the present moment, you are avoiding people, places, and situations that no longer serve you because you feel like you finally have been freed from the cords that were attached to you, the energies that were attached to you from past lives. Some of you guys have cut cords from not even just your present past, but also your past lives. So Divine Feminines, you guys are really at a place of renewal. And I feel like this is a new energy, but I feel like it's also an overwhelming energy as well, because you've always been bound to people who caused you pain. You kept choosing the karmic cycle. You kept choosing the same energy, but in different bodies, right? And I feel like most of you guys have finally figured that out and broken the cycle. And so you are in this free will energy. You really are truly happy by yourself. A lot of you guys probably have been celibate for a few years. Some of you guys are going into hermit mode. You're really taking your healing very serious. So I commend you, Divine Feminine, because it's not an easy thing, especially when you have to accept and admit that you took part in your past. You also made decisions to get you to the place where you were. So you have accepted that. Okay. All right. What's our future outcome energy? Future for my Divine Feminines, please, Spirit. 3, 2. One more, please. One more, please, Spirit, for the future for my. Okay. Bold. Look at you. Beautiful. Embrace and spirit. Wow. I mean, talk about strong. Talk about picking yourself up from the past and embracing you, truly seeing you. An ant spirit is a spirit that is able to carry a heavy load no matter its size. People look at ants and they feel as if they have no strength. I feel like people saw you in that way, Divine Feminine. They looked at you as a feminine energy, right? Vulnerable, naive. But they are now realizing that you are truly an ant spirit. You truly can carry 100 times your own weight emotionally, spiritually. You have divine support as well. And people, again, are realizing that they judged you by how you looked. They judged you by nothing at all, really, because most people didn't even truly know you. They never took the time to truly know you, Divine Feminine. So now in the future energy, you are looking at yourself with so much more love. You are embracing who you are, all of your emotions, all of your accomplishments, all of your traumas that you've now basically turned into your superpower. You are not afraid of anything anymore, Divine Feminine, after what you've gone through, what you've healed through, what you've processed. And again, because you are in this energy, you are realizing that it is time to make a decision. It is time to be brave and choose a direction. But again, there's still questions. There's still this unsure energy. Well, let me see if I can get a few more clarifiers here for you, Divine Feminine, and then I'll get you some inner wisdom advice. Clarifiers, please, for past, present, and future. Okay. Yeah, see, in the past, this is how people saw you, as a temptation, as someone that they didn't have to take serious because all you had to offer them was your looks, your body, your sex, right? This is how people saw you in the past. You were just a temptation, a fantasy. No one saw you as a divine feminine. But in the present moment, people respect you. They realize how intelligent, how powerful you truly are right now in this present moment. They realize that they underestimated somebody they didn't even know. They never gave you a chance to truly see you beyond the surface. People respect you now because you are stronger than most of the people who judged you from your past, Divine Feminine. Again, in the future or now, future coming up very shortly, people transparent here truly will see you. You will be seen by so many people in a completely different light. So trust that even though you may not be sure about the path at this very moment, Divine Feminine, I feel like in the immediate future, very soon, people will see you. They will see you in the way that you've always wanted people to see you, without you having to do anything except just be you, except just stand in your authenticity and lean on your spirit team to continue to guide you, Divine Feminine. Let me get you some inner wisdom. I was telling Divine Masculines, I haven't used this deck, you guys, since I started the channel, my inner wisdom compass deck. So it's exciting to kind of go back because it gave so many amazing messages. So let's see what the advice is from the inner wisdom deck for my Divine Feminines are. Yeah, see? Confidence. Continue to be confident in the direction that you are going, the choices that you're making. Never allow anyone to try to confuse your confidence with arrogance, Divine Feminine. Confidence is a trace to be admired, not feared or punished. It's okay to be confident. Anybody who will try to make it seem like your confidence is arrogance has ego and pride that is covering up their own insecurities. Because confidence on a woman, especially if we're talking about the opposite sex, that should be sexy. But if you have a male energy that is talking shit about your confidence, that says a lot about them. They are more in their feminine energy than you are, Divine Feminine. And most of the time, you're dealing with somebody who uses their ego and their pride to cover up the fact that they have so many insecurities and skeletons in their closet. Just saying. What's the advice for my Divine Feminines? Don't allow people to project. What happened? What happened to you? Now is not the time to give up or give in. You've come too far to give up now. Yeah, Divine Feminine, you're not giving up on anything. I'm not worried about that. You know exactly what happened. Oh, there's a card underneath confidence, Divine Feminine. That must have came out together. I didn't even notice. Well, let's see. And it looks like it's upside down. Ah, ha ha ha. Interesting. Stand your ground. It's in the reverse. This is what people truly want. See, they don't want you to be confident, Divine Feminine. They want you in this energy of not standing up for yourself. This is the energy of that other person in your energy. They would rather you stay, or let's say, so they thought you were in the past, this naive, gullible, feminine energy that was all about them, that never stood up for yourself, that just kind of let them walk all over you and do whatever they want without consequence. You allow them to break your heart over and over and over again, and they still want you to take them back even after that. That's interesting, isn't it? They don't want you to be strong or confident. That does not help them in any way. What's the advice? That's very interesting. That was hiding under your confidence. Like they're hiding now. What's the advice? At certain times in our lives, we all need to be comforted. Allow yourself to accept the comfort of others and learn positive ways to comfort yourself also. So you might have some new energies, Divine Feminine, coming into your life, but just be careful. If you see any red flags, anyone that is not truth, honesty, integrity, You already know how to use your discernment, right? Because it's always been said that honesty is the best policy. So people need to be honest with you at this point because you have your intuition, you have your discernment. So you're just not going to fall for any and everything. Look at those people who regret. There's so many people in your past energy that regret the way that they judged you, the way that they treated you. And they realize that they don't have an opportunity to fix it because most of you have moved forward. It's not to say that some of you guys will not reconcile with your past, but most of those people, again, like we've just said, have too much ego and pride to even admit their wrongdoings. Yeah, they're not breaking any generational curses in that energy. And they're just trying to survive at this point. While you are thriving, Divine Feminine, these people are just trying to survive, most likely survive the karma that they are receiving because of how they treated you, right? What else, Spirit? Yeah, like I said, see how Speak Your Truth came out pretty much upside down on top of confidence. They hate the fact that you tell the truth, that you tell your story. They hate the fact that you're telling people what happened. They don't want you to tell people what happened in the past. They don't want you to tell people the truth about them because they are sitting in massive regret. I don't care how confident they seem on the outside. What they post online, on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok, whatever it is, those people are in misery right now. Yep, because they didn't take out the trash. Because they still hold on to people, places, and situations that keep them in their karmic cycle. They are comfortable there. There are some people, honestly, Divine Feminine, that are just comfortable in karmic cycles. They are comfortable in constant drama and chaos. Some people just are comfortable there. You can't say, don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Don't save her. Shout out to J. Cole. Yeah, because you are awakened. You now see Divine Feminine. You have awakened to a new version of you, this bold energy. You're embracing who you are. You are realizing your strength. And because of what you've gone through and how you've made it on the other side of your healing, or how you are processing your healing and going through it now, there's nothing that anybody or anyone can tell you about you. But in the past, you were using celebrations, drinking, substances, sex, whatever it was to cover up the hurt that you were feeling, but you're not doing that anymore. You are literally traveling and hanging out by yourself and avoiding people from your past that put you in that place of darkness. And you are finally giving yourself the love you deserve because you have awakened. Yep. And you are being yourself. See, there they go. That pride. Oh, it's there. While they hold their nose up in the air. Did that rhyme? But yes, these people were too prideful to admit that they were wrong once they found out the truth about you, because trust me, they have been watching you and following you and surveillancing you and gang stalking you. Oh, trust me. They know exactly where you are in life, but they are still too prideful to admit that they could have done you wrong, that they hurt your feelings, they broke your heart. That lets you know the answer right there, that these are the type of people that are not worth the time, energy, and effort to reconcile with, because they are not humble. Confirmation. Thank you, Spirit. Because life has a funny way of teaching people humility. However, the greatest lesson to learn from our tests and trials is not to be bitter, but to be greater. And that's exactly what you did, Divine Feminine. You became greater after people tried to turn you into somebody bitter. They tried to stomp on your heart 1,000 times. They tried to put it in a jar. They tried everything they could to put you under their thumb, to have control over your emotions, because it made them feel better to see you not in such a great place because of how low their asses are. Isn't that something? You can't really call that a divine anything. But you learned. People became very clear for you to see as you went through your healing, as you continue to go through your healing, especially in the future. That third eye, baby, is going to be on point. And it is now. Along with your intuition, a few more, Spirit. Yep. You let go of the past baggage. You don't need it. You unpacked all of that. And most people don't even have the courage to unpack their trauma, their past emotions, the heartbreak, the disappointments. Most people don't know how to suck it up like you did, Buttercup. You realize that your mistakes were just mistakes, but your mistakes don't define you. They don't control your future. You have control over that. And once you realize that, you decide to change it. But see, you have people that will never suck it up. They will always be the victim or try to make you out to be the bad guy or try to shame you. Okay, Divine Feminine. I had to change the mic. Somebody heard me speaking the truth. Like I said, they don't want that, right? They don't want us to talk about what actually happened to you, how they tried to break your heart over and over and over again, stomp it out because they wanted you to be bitter. They wanted you to be under their thumb. They wanted you not to be confident in who you are. They wanted you to stay right where you were, chasing them to no end, realizing that you weren't going to get anywhere. And trust me, they hate the fact that you are thriving. I don't know where the message cut off or when my mic stopped working, but the message is the same, Divine Feminine. You are thriving, and these people are being humbled right now as we speak because they decided that pride and ego was more important to cover up their own insecurities than to come in and actually apologize to you. But that tells you, and it makes it very clear and easy to see that these people were never for you. See, if people are not willing to admit their flaws or their mistakes, if they're not willing to come in and say, you know what, Divine Feminine, I wasn't in a good place, I messed up, yes, I did you wrong, regardless of the outcome. See, we're not even looking for people to come in to just say they're sorry because they want to try to get back in your energy because you now look bold and beautiful and sexy and successful, prosperous, abundant, right? We don't need any of that. But we could at least respect somebody that was willing to put their pride and ego to the side, even if it was just for the moment. But again, silence, no answer is an answer, right? Yeah, self-centered energies. Newsflash, the world doesn't revolve around you, and you are not the center of anybody's universe. And the sooner you can get that in your head, cross watcher, the better off you will be. So, Divine Feminine, let me get you some unspoken truths from this past connection or your past situations. What was unspoken between you and this past person? The truth is more complicated than you think. Yeah. The timing in the situation with this person was all wrong. See all these clocks? See how most of them are broken? The divine kept breaking the clocks because it wasn't the right time. This was not the person that you were supposed to be around at that time in the past. Divine Feminine. What else? Some of you guys had a connection with somebody that was pretty intense, but you were dealing with somebody who was fearful. They were never going to tell you how they felt because they feared their own emotions. That's why your heart was constantly broken. It wasn't going to go anywhere because they weren't going to change. They weren't going to sacrifice and not fear to open up to you. They were more concerned about protecting themselves. But there was somebody that also admired you. Your smile once lit up my entire world. This person, they like to fantasize about you. You were the person that they wanted, that they prayed for, but they were not bold enough. They were not courageous enough to walk the path with you, to jump on the train with you. See, if you go back and listen to the Divine Masculine message, it's very, very similar. The Divine Masculine knew that the Divine Feminine was his person. He knew that she was the person he was supposed to hold hands with and get wrapped up in the light and walk the path of healing together and growth together and prosperity together and building new roots together. But when one person on the other half is fearful, unfortunately, the other one has to keep going. Nobody's waiting around for somebody to figure out, to get it, to decide that you're worth the effort, the energy, the love, the action of showing love. See, they let fear be their driver. Confirmation. They let fear drive their life. The truth isn't always black and white. This person feels like, even with all the complications they had going on, that was supposed to make a difference. See, I think Divine Feminine, you could have handled there being complications if this person was truthful. See, but you're dealing with somebody who avoids even the truth themselves because fear controls their life. Yeah, the truth isn't always black and white in a lot of situations. But what is black and white is the decision to be honest, the decision to actually support the other, the decision to open up emotionally and say how you feel. That's not complicated. There are things I never got the chance to tell you. Confirmation. Like I said, this person has so many things that they wanted to say. If you're questioning it, you already know the answer. Confirmation. Like I said, no answer is an answer. Divine Feminine. This person, they were meant to trigger you into your healing. They did their job. They did it well. I'm afraid to get close and terrified to lose you. This is the energy this person was in. This is why there was such a push and pull. Because they knew deep down in their heart what they felt, but externally, they allowed fear to control their decisions. Nobody has time for that. The Divine Feminine understand that you've come farther than you think. So don't downplay the healing that you've done thus far. Somebody's thinking about taking a step towards you. But understand, Divine Feminine, once you let this person back in, especially if it's during this Mercury retrograde couple of weeks up until the 20th, all they're going to do is walk away from you again, because sometimes people just miss your energy and they just need a little bit of taste, especially when you've been gone from them for a while and they're starving a little bit. People usually don't change, unfortunately. And if they do, that means that they've gone through exactly what you've gone through to heal, and you'll know. But energy never lies, Divine Feminine. Give me some time frames that were significant for you, Divine Feminine. Time frames. Next week, you guys got some good news coming next week, Divine Feminine. Some major changes. This is going to be what you've been waiting on, that glow up. Finally, that good news. You have the power to create the timing by taking action. Yeah, I feel like you've been taking action on something that is going to finally come into fruition, that is going to give you the good news you've been waiting on. And Spirit is saying, let it be a mystery. Don't tell anybody about this. Yeah, don't tell anybody about this. Oh, for some of you guys, it's happening right now. Wow, 54 could be significant. You could be 54 or 45. You could be 34 or 43. 36 or 63. Could be 37 or 73. The number 10 could be significant. The number 7 could be significant. October 7th, October, July, September. The number 40 could be significant. Timing is pushed back due to blockages. Yeah, these people are blocked from your energy. Yeah, your time is now. And this number 8, which is about abundance. Like I said, you have abundance coming in right now, Divine Feminine. One more, please, Spirit. Yeah, for them, the time is much further than they think because they haven't chosen to start their healing. July 21st might be significant to some of you guys or someone in your energy. January 15th as well could be a significant date. All right, Divine Feminine, let me get you your dark goddess with their advice for you. Give me a dark goddess oracle for my Divine Feminines. Dark goddess oracle for my Divine Feminines. Endurance. Kalich. Born to survive, fight for life, sufferance of tears and strife. Endurance strong fuels the drive. 'Tis all that's needed to survive. By the power of the dark goddess in me, protection in place, blessed be. You certainly are a survivor, Divine Feminine. You have been knocked down, but have got back up again so many times you've lost count. The proverbial school of hard knocks awards you a gold star for your absolute tolerance and tenacity. Fighting to keep your head above water for so long has been a hard battle, and you are worn down by the struggle. The fearsome Kalich has stormed into your life to bring about transitional relief. This divine hag demands respect and advises a little caution on your part. But in return, she will advise you how to navigate troubled times and difficult situations. Life has gifted you with more than your fair share of tough experiences, Divine Feminine. So now is the time to take your survival skills to the next level and share all that you've come to learn with others who will be inspired by your continued endurance and fortitude. You will work hard and inspire many. The worst is behind you, Divine Feminine. Experiences make you stronger. Take stock and seek the lessons within. Weight training will build your strength both physically and mentally. All is well. All is well, Divine Feminine. You have endured so much. Interesting, this one's trying to hide itself. Somebody born in July is trying to blind you. They don't want you to see them clearly, Divine Feminine. You have endured so much, Divine Feminine. You have gone through so many things and gone back up over and over and over again. But the worst is over. Your divine blessings are coming because you are on your path now. So don't give up. Keep going. All right, let me roll the dice and get you some letters so I can close this out for you guys. Thank you, Divine Feminines, for tapping in with me, you guys. Keeping it real with me. B, T, R, U. You're no longer questioning your worth. X, Z, L, B, G. Some of you guys felt like someone pulled a rug from under you. People are definitely tugging on your energy right now, and it's bugging you, isn't it? I see that. I see that. Some people think about rubbing you, holding you again. Some of you guys have very soft skin, very nice skin. But you stay true to you, Divine Feminine. This is why you are in the place that you are right now. You always stay true to self. No matter how lost or unhealed you were in the past, you were always yourself. And I think people are truly starting to see that about you. This is why they are in regret. Let me roll it one more time for you guys. Let's see. O M W Z B K X H E. Some of you guys don't want to hear from somebody. You don't want anybody to message you. I don't blame you, Divine Feminine. But you guys look amazing. Congratulations, Divine Feminines. Keep enduring. Khalich is here to support you through those difficult situations, difficult decisions. Because like we said in the beginning, it's time to be brave. It's time to make sure that you stay on path. Create a path where there isn't one. That is where you're going to find your success, Divine Feminine. I love you guys to the moon and back. Thank you for being here with me. I will see you guys next week, Divine Feminine. Until next time, you guys hit that like button, comment, share, subscribe. Laters.